What's up, y'all? And welcome back to Dad Needs to Talk. I'm your host, Robert, and today, we're going to be talking about the aftermath, my thoughts of Fan Expo Dallas, of course, One Piece, chapter 1053, and all the amazing people that I met over the last week or during the event, as well as all these freaking anime announcements. So let's get to it. Now, man. These last 7 days have been a roller coaster, a whirlwind, if you will. But before I get into all that, as always, if this is your first time here, then welcome. But if you're a returning listener or watcher, then welcome back. You know, Daddy's Talk every week. We talk about fatherhood, manga / comics, anime and TV, and sometimes video games, and all the other joys that life brings us. So, y'all, man, the feelings I feel, the feelings that I feel from just the last few days alone, because shout out to Fan Expo. And like I said before, I don't know if this was a planned thing, coincidence, whatever, but shout out, if it was planned, shout out to whoever decided to have me host a panel, or for my panel to be on Father's Day. Because this truly was probably one of the best, if not the best, Father's Day that I've had since being a dad. Just so many thoughts, so many feelings, and we're just gonna just dive right into it because in typical fashion for me, I try to get my stuff together. I try to record early, but tell me why, literally, right when I was about to record, I'm like, okay, cool, still a bit early. It's about 9 o'clock. Plenty of time early. Coming in here, let's get stuff set up so we can get ready to go. So, about to hit record. I get a text message from my wife like, hey, car problems. So, went outside, one of her headlights went out. So, long story short, in the dark, went and pretty much changed the bulb. Got the old one out, went down to AutoZone, bought a new one, put it in, etc., etc. Except for because of how long that bulb had been in there, that sucker was in there tight, and it was in a weird corner. So my freaking giant dad hands could barely squeeze into the little area to unscrew it or whatever. So that was a pain in the butt. Freaking fingers are sore. But yeah, so here we are at 11 o'clock at night, just now starting, but I could not miss talking about all the awesome stuff I have to talk about. But speaking in general, like I said, I'm feeling good, feeling great. I had Monday off because of the new Juneteenth holiday, or I guess what's it called? Officially recognized, whatever you want to call it. So, which was perfect for me because after the way this weekend and stuff was, and a bunch of other stuff I had going on, I needed Monday to rest and recoup, and that's what I did. And so, yeah. So, yeah. And shout out to my daughter. She came back with the Fury this weekend. She got second place in both the 800 and the mile. Only person that beat her was her teammate, who's a year or two older than her. So, because that's the funny thing is like now, when she moved up, my daughter moved up to a new age bracket. She's now in the same age bracket as one of her teammates, just for this year, and then next year the other girl will move on to the next stage one or whatever. But yeah. So shout out to both of them. And yeah, so let's go and just dive right into some of this. So first off, let's talk a couple of milestones. So, in the last like week or so, or whatever, I had hit 150, but then I turned around and I hit 160 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So, yay! Many applause for that. I've also hit 5,000 downloads, plays, whatever you want to call it, on the podcast, on the audio version of the podcast. So yay for 5K. Thank you for everybody that's been supporting your boy, rocking with your boy. And I had my first video that hit 1,000 views, which was my video talking about the news of Trigun and Vash or the Trigun anime remake. I'm not gonna go super deep into it, but I'm before I dive into like all of the Fan Expo stuff, whatever, I do kind of want to like touch on some of the stuff just like super briefly, because like I said, the Fan Expo stuff is gonna be a good chunk of the show because I got pictures and all types of stuff to show with that. But I definitely wanted to like touch on a couple of news things, just in case if like, hey, some of y'all didn't catch my other video thing talking about it. But yeah, Trigun Stampede coming next year, 2023. So shout out to everybody in the community. Chandler on Facebook, Silent P on Twitter, and everybody else that was tagging me and DMing me, man, because when I woke up Thursday morning, now I always know when my homie Chandler on Facebook, if I ever wake up early in the morning, I wake up, about like 5, 6ish or whatever. If I wake up and I look at my phone and I see his name, like, hey, Chandler tagged you in something, I know it's gonna be some pretty hype news. And so for me to wake up Thursday morning, now granted, like there was already like rumors and stuff swirling about a Trigun remake and stuff, whatever, like the past week or so, but it got officially confirmed. Crunchyroll tweeted it out and everything, but still, it's gonna be done by Studio Orange, who did one of my favorites, Dimension W. They also worked on Beastars, as well as Land of Lustrous, which that is one that series, that's one that like it's been on my list to read for a while, because like the art and stuff, like the covers of the manga look really beautiful, and so it's something I've always wanted to check out or whatever. But I didn't really know that they had did an anime, and I looked at the trailer for it and it looked freaking gorgeous. So I'm like, okay, I need to watch that. But yeah, so I know a lot of people kind of worried because it might be CGI or whatever, but Beastars was done pretty good. The Land of Lustrous stuff looked really good, so I'm willing to give it a chance. But yeah, shout out hype for Trigun getting a remake. Like, so I'm not going to drag on that. If you want to hear longer, more in depth thoughts on me of that or whatever, go check out that video. But yeah, shout out to everybody who checked out that video. My first 1K. Let me see what else noteworthy. Shout out to Zarya, the Dune Mononoke movie. That's another series I haven't watched myself, but I've heard her talk about it a lot. Tokyo Revengers, the Christmas Showdown arc is going to be coming in January of next year now. Man, we supposed to have just straight banger anime seasons from now to the end of time. Cause I'm like, granted, summer doesn't have like a super crazy amount, which I'm gonna be doing my summer preview in a couple of weeks. But fall season is ridiculously stacked. We already see so far both Tokyo Revengers and Vinland Saga are both gonna be coming back in January of next year, so that's super hype for that. Don't care about that. We got a new trailer for My Hero Academia season 6. They announced Record of Ragnarok season 2. My Home Hero. Y'all remember last year I had covered part 1 of the manga of this. This was the kind of like a thriller series about a dad who him and his wife are trying to cover up because they long story short, they ended up having to kill a Yakuza member who was threatening their daughter, or he ended up killing the guy and the wife helped him cover it up, and so they're kind of now trying to escape from getting tangled up with the Yakuza and stuff, whatever. But that was another super unexpected announcement of that's getting an anime. Chainsaw Man Part 2 of the manga is going to be starting July 13th. And the week before that, we're getting another one-shot from Fujimoto, as well as the author of a recent manga that came out called To Strip Your Flesh or something like that. So they're doing a one-shot together in a couple of weeks, and then Chainsaw Man Part 2 manga coming back July 13th. What else? My recently hired maid is suspicious is getting an anime next season. This was another one of those that's like the manga, like the premise of it seemed interesting. I wanted to check out. It's getting an anime. Same thing with Skip and Loafer. That's another manga that's been on my radar for a while. That's getting an anime as well. And it is just like, like this year has been the year of freaking dream announcements. Otaku Elf is another one that I'm excited about. I might have touched on that last week, but yeah, Otaku Elf was another manga. Actually, I think I did talk about that last week, but anyway, that was another manga that I was I'm gonna get to this someday, whatever. That's getting an anime. Hold on, see, it was one more thing I thought. And Blue Giant is a manga. It's like a manga about jazz, and so this was another one that, like, from the time I saw the covers of the first omnibus of the manga, I was like, I want to read this someday. And then they announced the movie earlier in the year or whatever, and now we're getting or the movie is coming out early next year. And also, I just got to give it just a shout out to Gachi Akuda. This is the cover for volume 2 of the manga, only in Japan right now because it's a new series, but this is a freaking dope cover. This looks really cool. And just as a reminder, this is the series done by Kei Urana. She was an assistant to Okubo, who was the author of Fire Force and Soul Eater. So, but yeah, but that's a really dope manga cover that I liked. But yeah, and I think this is another one. From the Red Fog, the manga for this is ending next month. Now, y'all know how much I really enjoyed Volume 1 when that came out a few months ago, and that's actually probably like my second highest video, definitely my highest, most watched review on my channel and platform and stuff right now is from the Red Fog Volume 1. And so I don't know if this is a case of the series getting canceled or whatever, because even though it's been going on for a couple of years, the chapters don't come out very often, and it looks like there's only like 20-ish chapters out. So it looks like it's going to end under 30 chapters. So it's like, was it intended to be that short, or is it getting canceled? I don't know. I'm still excited to at least like see the rest of it myself. through to the end. But but yeah, so that's all the quick little news bulletins I wanted to touch on. Like I said, it was just so many just like cool things got freaking announced that I'm excited about, and I was like, I gotta talk about this stuff. Like I said, even if it's just briefly, just to put stuff on y'all's radar. But yeah, a lot of really dope stuff coming and in the works. So I'm just scrolling through just to see. Yeah, I don't think there was nothing else crazy. Oh, we are getting 3 Avatar, as in Avatar: The Last Airbender movies. We're getting a Avatar Kyoshi movie in 2024. We're getting a Zuko movie in 2025, and then we're getting a Korra movie in 2026. Now, all 3 of these movies are going to be done by Paramount, as well as the original people who worked on the original Avatar, Last Airbender, and Korra animated series. So those are very hype, very excited to check those out. Though I made a comment looking at these years. By the time the Korra movie comes out, assuming these dates are accurate or whatever, like my 3 oldest kids will be adults. That is freaking wild to think about, but it's like that is, freaking 4 years from now. So they're gonna be freaking like adults and out of high school by then, man. That's freaking wild. But yeah, and I think that was it. Well, you know what? Since I'm here, might as well get all these announcements out the way. The Boys Abyss manga. Shout out to Moody, because she always be talking about this manga, and but it's getting a official English release spring of next year via Viz. Another series that's getting an official release is Insomniacs After School. This is one that I've heard about for a while. So Insomniacs After School, it follows two sleepless teenagers find kinship as they escape to their school's astronomy observatory. So the physical release of that is coming in the spring, but I think that's also getting an anime next year as well. Now, Boys Abyss, so that is it's about self-serving adults and broken dreams push a teenage boy trapped in a dead-end town closer to the edge. Now, I've heard this one is definitely very adult themed. There was some very difficult subject matter, so just kind of know that kind of going in that it's not a happy-go-lucky situation. But yeah, and I think that might be it. Yeah, I think that's it. As far as like stuff I wanted to put on y'all's radar that I was excited about. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through, just checking for any last minute things I might have missed. No. Okay, so let's start diving into some of this Fan Expo stuff. So I, of course, got to start off with giving a huge shout out to the homie Steve from Inside the Mind of a Blurred and my other homie, Sine from Bland and May podcast, which shout out to them. They are finally back after a 7-month hiatus. They hadn't put out a new podcast episode since like November of last year. Just due to just life happening, whatever. But shout out to them for coming back. I'm glad to have y'all back active in the community, and I'm so happy to have finally been able to work with Sine, and to finally get to meet both Sine and Steve in person, and for us to go and rock this panel together. Now, let me do this real quick. So they gave us a super professional looking, even though my video froze. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Internet's trying to. But yeah, look at that. Multi-camera angles and all that fun jazz. But yeah, the panel went freaking great. Your boy I had an all weekend access pass, but unfortunately, just due to life stuff going on, I didn't get to fully reap the benefits of the access that I had. But it was just a taste. I got a small taste of the power of having that type of access, just being able to just kind of like getting just wave through lines, being like, hey, everybody line up, let's scan your badge, and I'm like, okay, here's my yeah, you just go ahead. That was a nice feeling. And I was telling my friends, I was like, and my wife, I was like, never again, if possible, do I want to pay for a event out of my own pocket. Because now I got a couple of these under my belt between this and Anime Dallas. We want to be press pass people now. But we'll see. But this was definitely a beautiful start to that journey. But I was so happy to, like I said, not only get to host it with Sine and Steve, but for my wife and my son Vash to be in the audience, along with my other close friends. Shout out to my buddy Bree and my other buddy, her husband Aaron, for coming out and supporting your boy. They said that when I told them that I was gonna be doing a panel, that they were like, yeah, we gotta show up, we gotta support our boy Rob, and I love them for that. They have always held me down through thick and thin. So shout out to y'all. I know y'all probably listen to this at some point. I love y'all so freaking much. For everything that y'all have done for me, everything that y'all have done for my family. Yeah, they are so dope. I love them. Known them for freaking 12 years now. since their first day of college. But yeah, we had such a freaking fantastic time. Like I said, like just me experiencing that event itself was dope. But I think the fact that now granted, I was a little bit nervous because I was like, okay, how is Vash gonna act? Because sometimes he can be skittish with stuff like this, where when it's a lot of people, or whatever. But he actually did pretty chill. He had a freaking fantastic time, and so did I. So, and for everybody that might only be listening to the audio of the podcast, I highly encourage to where, if possible, even if you primarily listen to this podcast audio only, for this episode, make sure to go up to the YouTube channel and check out the video just so y'all can see all the awesome pictures that we got to take at the event. But yeah, Vash getting to see Mickey Mouse, Pikachu, and some of his facial expressions were just freaking killing me. These dope kind of like samurai stormtrooper dudes was super cool. This dude in this Boba Fett. Now this one was funny because there's another photo I took of him like shooting the gun at me, and I'm like, and so I was like, come on, Vash, gotta get you in the picture, and he was like, mm. Then but the funny thing is like me and the guy noticed, like when I was first talking to the guy, we're like, can I take a picture? Vash was intrigued by the gun, and so when I was trying to get him to come over and he wouldn't, the guy was like, hey, you want to hold the gun? And that's how we got him. So shout out to this dude. Which, hold on. So, cause I did my best to try to follow everybody that I could. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Trying to see if I had got anything from him. No, I don't think I did. No. Dang. But anyway, shout out to him. Sorry, I was just trying to see if I maybe had his Instagram name or something or other, but I guess I didn't get it. Shout out to this thing. If anybody that is watching this can tell me what the heck this thing is from, cause so we were walking from the Artist Alley area down to the area where like celebrities and stuff was, and shout out to, we saw from a distance, we saw see, now I'm kick myself in the butt for not knowing these people's names. Let me see. Michael Rooker, saw him from a distance, as well as Giancarlo Esposito, which, shout out to him. My wife, huge fan. She was freaking geeking out when she found out he was there. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to like meet him and stuff, whatever, directly. But cause it's funny, cause I was trying to explain to her. I was like, yeah, Gus, the guy from Breaking Bad, is here, the main villain from Breaking Bad. And she was like, okay. And then I was like, so my wife loves the Far Cry games. And yeah, I know Giancarlo was the main villain of Far Cry 6. And so I was like, yeah, Gus from Breaking Bad and the main villain from Far Cry 6. I think she was getting him confused with somebody else at first or whatever. Then I was like, no. And we got to where we could see him clearly, and she was like, oh my God. Just freaking out. But anyway, we were over in that area or whatever, and we saw this thing walking from a distance. And now, for those who do not know, I am 6'2". So it is not very often that someone or something makes me feel short. But when I got closer to this thing, I'm looking up, and this thing just like palms my head. But yeah, if anybody can tell me or remind me like what series or who or what this thing is supposed to be, but still is very dope cosplay. Oh my God. Shout out. I'm blanking on names, forgive me. But this is one of my friends that I met through my friends Bria and Aaron. She was dressed up as a Neferpitu from Hunter x Hunter. She looked freaking awesome. Yeah, just more pictures from us up on the panel and stuff. But yeah, so that was freaking dope. All right, let's do this. So I'm gonna show y'all a little bit of just some of the highlights from stuff on the that I got like reels and stuff, whatever from. But it was just like so many like really cool and dope statues and figures and all this stuff, and just cosplays and just everything just looks so freaking fantastic. This art looks so freaking dope. I wish I could have freaking got the name of this person. Yeah, see, I was still trying to find the name, but that was super dope. This Gundam PC was super dope. Oh, pause. Oh wait. Rain art, which, let me change cameras again. Rain art. Yeah, Rain Art 151 on Instagram. So this was one of the things my wife got me for Father's Day, cause as we're gonna talk about later, and as you'll see by a couple of things that I got to read One Piece Chapter 1, 1053. Don't worry, I'm gonna talk about that later in the show. And of course, shout out, I got on my One Piece Wanted Worst Generation t-shirts, because of course I had to rep for everything that happened in that chapter. But of course, I was on a One Piece high. And so this person, so basically they take characters and then they do like a collage of like various manga panels in the background behind them. Look at that. Look how beautiful that looks. But, so, I saw one and had to have it. This is Luffy Gear 4 with shots of him from the beginning of the series to just key moments all throughout. Him fighting Kaido, Joy Boy, and so many other like little panels and stuff behind there. But I freaking love it. Just look at all that. Looks so freaking dope. So shout out to Rain Art 151. So I got that. Let me see. Let me go back to the stories. But yeah, that's all the stuff they had. They had freaking Dragon Ball and Spy Family, Fire Force, Demon Slayer, all of that stuff. Now, next up, shout out to Super Spicy Anime. She is a DFW resident. As you saw that Daddy Dobby poster. But real quick, so shout out to her. She's up here in DFW, up in the McKinney area. We're going to collaborate at some point, but she had, once again, this art of the One Piece crew, but they all black. So look at how dope this is, man. So cool. But yeah, so shout out to Super Spicy Anime. And yeah, so let me see. Let me keep trucking along through here. Oh, yes. So shout out to Elise Marie. Very adorable. She was dressed as Anya from Spy Family. I caught a glimpse of her in passing, and I asked her mom. I was like, "Hey, please, do you mind if we take a picture? Is it cool?" And so yeah, so shout out to her. Make sure y'all go so support a young cosplayer. Whoops. Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to. Let me see. Trying to pull up. But yeah, so adorable. But yeah, go shout out. Yeah, go. But yeah, shout out to her and her mom, her whole family. Very adorable. Let's see. Okay. Let me go back. So, shout out to this dude. Let me see if I can. So, in your face art, _ he is from Atlanta, which, hold on one second. Alright, wanted to make sure I got his whole name in there. But yeah, in your face art. And let's see if I can get the audio from this. Like I said, he is in Atlanta. So but my wife spotted this because of this very dope hoodie he had that says I believe it said like Black Artists Matter. And so it's just like this dope collage of all these legendary black characters from, various cartoons and animated series across history. But Hold on. Hold on, y'all. And get this audio to come through.
In your face, we make art, we sell art. In your face. You already know what it is, man.
Man.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be on my website within like 5 weeks. You can put up to.
Yeah, so that backpack that was there at the end was super dope as well. But yeah, y'all go check him out, go support him. Like I said, like man, I truly wish I had some money to spare because I want that freaking hoodie. That hoodie looks freaking dope. But yeah, so hey, hit him up. Definitely when I get some extra coins, I might see if I can order that hoodie or something because that thing was fire for real. But yeah, in your face art _ go check him out. Sorry, I'm switching back and forth, y'all. Like I said, I want to make sure I give all these people, you know, their due recognition and stuff. Cause like I said, especially all these amazing people that are traveling from all over, you know, for for these events and stuff. But yeah, just look at it, like his art in general is just super freaking dope. But yeah, just look at that. Oh, it just looks so freaking clean. But yeah, and so let's see who is next. Rory and Polly, who had just like a really cool like art style. You see how like the characters and stuff look. Look at that, really cool. God dang it. There we go. Like I said, I'm trying to make sure I'm putting everything, you know, on camera. And I think that was it as far as like a lot of like the main artists. I got another one I'm gonna show in a second. I'm just making sure. Oh, these two, who both did this couple that did this double Moon Knight cosplay was super dope too. So yeah, so go check them out, go follow them, support them. Now, another one. I got a shout out. So, let me find their picture. Or did I not? Hold on. Where is it at? I wonder if. Hold on, y'all. Oh, also, along with the homie Steve, shout out to Skylar, his daughter. Finally got to meet her. So, very dope. Shout out to y'all. But let me see if I can find that picture. Where is my picture? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Actually, before I get to the other part, so another thing, shout out to In Your Face Art as well. He gave this dope poster to Vash because it was funny because he was asking, he was trying to talk to Vash. He was like, hey little man, and he was like, are you a LeBron fan? Because I'm guessing he's probably gonna give him NBA something, basketball thing, something, I don't know, whatever. And I'm like, he doesn't really know yet. I'm like, he's 4, and he was like, oh, okay. So he dug into his bag, and then he handed us this. He was like, well, hey, here's his first, art piece. And so it's this very dope Super Saiyan 4 Goku. that looks freaking wicked, ridiculously good. So shout out to In Your Face Art again, for giving Vash this. Definitely have to get that framed and put up later on. So now, shout out to, hope I'm getting names right, Bronte Irwin and Samex Amen. So I met both of these guys at their table, which funny of this is a lesson of awareness of my surroundings. So they were at the table. They were sitting right next to Super Spicy Anime. So I saw her table, whatever, and I saw like them out the corner of my eye. And forgive me, but I didn't like fully look at their stuff the first time, whatever. I left and then went for my friends and then came back because they wanted to see some more of Super Spicy stuff, whatever. And so while they were talking to her, I was like, oh, their stuff caught my eye. So I'm, talking to them about their stuff, whatever. And so they're telling me about a series that they're both working on. I'm gonna go to the big camera. Called Biggs. Now, Biggs is a series that location-wise takes place in DFW because both of these guys are here within the DFW Metroplex. But, hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay. Like I said, wanted to make sure I shout out to them for one of the things that they're working on called Biggs. And I kind of like, I'm a kind of like general summary of this of the synopsis. So basically, Biggs is about basically like some stuff happened, due to some environmental stuff, and it calls basically a new race of people that are 10 feet tall, and they're exploited by pharmacies and different companies and stuff. And so the story basically covers a couple of generations after the first people with BGS were born. They're heavily medicated and play with health issues. So anywho, there's a character that basically ends up being immune to some of the side effects and stuff of the thing. He's not having to take medication. And so let me see. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Nate Belcher is a typical big working in anonymity as an underpaid dive technician in the fossil fuel industry until a social media site linking every video camera thrust him into the spotlight. Now this suddenly extraordinary man may be the key to social justice for his race and possibly saving the world. So yeah, so basically like him being not having to take the medication and different stuff like that starts to cause some issues and discourse, as far as okay, like if he's not taking medicine, why do the rest of us have to take the medicine? Just different stuff like that. So, but yeah, shout out to them for taking some time and talking with me about this, and also for getting me a copy of their comic to check out. I'm definitely looking forward to sitting down and reading through this issue. Kind of getting a taste of it. And it's published, so just a shout out. The company that publishes it is Upchuck Comics, which is a local DFW company that publishes comics. They also do a few other ones. Let's see, Indie Wars, Saving History, and Goodfellows. It's the other ones that they kind of have listed so far from what I see. But yeah, shout out to them. Hopefully in the future I can try to do something with them, try to either have them on the show for an interview, just something. Like I said, both of them were very dope people. And like I said, I appreciate y'all, sharing y'all story and stuff with me, and yeah, looking forward to seeing more. And like I said, Samex, he funny thing is like he told me like he started out as a fan of the series, and now he is working with them on the series. So that's pretty cool. And he also has some other series and stuff that he is working on as well. So yeah, so shout out to both of them. And I'm trying to think. I don't know if there was any other. I don't think there was anything else I had got. I believe I showed off all the art stuff I got. And I shouted out all the different cosplayers and different people that I met that I got their actual social media and stuff for. Yeah, I think that was it as far as that stuff. So, but yeah, but just my thoughts in general. I feel like the panel went pretty well. Like I said, shout out to Lord. I'm just forgetting everybody's names. I believe his name was Chuck. The guy was from Fan Expo that was kind of like my main contact, helping me. Yeah, Chuck, for kind of helping me navigate and get everything situated and in order. But yeah, everything came out really nice. Like I said, we had a few people show up. Had one guy who came and he was there the whole time in attendance, which, sorry, let me see, I'm trying to see, oh boy. I'm the late nightness is starting to creep up on me. I think this should tell me. Yeah, Chris. I'll just say his first name. Shout out to Chris for sticking around and talking with us after the show. And if you're listening to this, like me, Sine, and Steve told you, that idea you have for a podcast and stuff you want to do, go through with it. They definitely do it because it is definitely something that is needed in the community, in the world. So definitely encourage you to when you're able to go ahead and move forward with that idea, because it's a very dope idea, man. But yeah, and I think that is it. So yeah, so like I said, please make sure y'all go support all those various creators, artists, cosplayers, and whatever else along the way. Oh, how much we got there is one more. I got a shout out. Sorry. Because he was like one of the first people I had talked to. What was it? I think it's called Sigma. Yeah. From Sigma Comics. Here comes Calico. So it's a pretty dope looking series. So check him out. Like I said, on Instagram, he is a Sigma_comics. He came in from New York. So like I said, shout out to him. Go check out his work. And yeah. So, and now I think that is it. I believe. But yeah, like I said, like the panel and stuff went pretty well. Like I said, it was just cool just to kind of like feed off of the energy of both Steve and Sine. And yeah. So moving on from Fan Expo. Oh, and I forgot to mention, or y'all saw earlier, but just as a reminder, the whole panel is up on my YouTube channel. So if y'all want to go watch the full panel, it is up there. It's about 45 minutes long. So yeah, so go check it out and let your boy know what you think of the panel and stuff. So, and like I said, hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe I might get to do more panels or who knows what, going forward in the future. But I'm so happy and so grateful to Fan Expo for reaching out with this opportunity. And like I said, I'm very grateful for my friends and family for coming out and supporting me, being there with me, and for us all just being able to have a good time. I definitely hope that in the future, next time I get to do something of this scale, that I'll kind of hopefully be in a better situation, so that, because I would love to take the whole family, like all the kids, everybody. So hopefully there'll come a day to where, situated better to be able to do that. So, all right. So let's see. So next up, let's touch on. Let me see. I don't have any. Or hold on one second. Here I am talking, and the video or the recording was paused. But yeah. So me and Vash checked out some of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge game that came out end of last week. Like I said, it was a fun time. Vash has played way more of it than I have, but I finally got one of my other controllers up and running, and so we ran through a co-op earlier today, and so it was just really cool. Just just going through an old school just beat 'em up game, and so we had a ton of fun playing through the bosses and stuff. So shout out to that game. It's on all systems, but I'm playing it on Xbox because it's on Game Pass. Shout out to Game Pass. but yeah. So yeah, we played that. It was a blast. Definitely recommend. Like I said, it's pretty simple game. Like I said, especially if you have an Xbox, it is a fun game to play with the family. Because you can do up to 6 people. You can do up to 6-player co-op on it, which is super dope. So as far as like playable characters in the game, they have, of course, all 4 turtles. They got Master Splinter, they got April O'Neil, and then I think you have to unlock Casey Jones, but they have those 7 in the game. But yeah, so super dope, super cool thing on that. The other thing, let me see. I don't know if I have anything specific for this. Sorry, y'all. But anywho, so let's dive into a little bit of what I've been watching. Like, so I'm gonna keep this pretty short, just because like I said, like it's been a busy last few days, and it's already kind of late. But I definitely had like a couple of things I wanted to touch on. So first off, I want to say I finally rewatched Kids on the Slope over the weekend and stuff. I'm still planning on doing a special episode with the guest at some point once we can kind of like coordinate schedules and stuff. I reach out to them so we try to figure out when and how we're gonna do that. But I just want to say, still freaking loved it. We're still so good. Definitely got a little teary eyed multiple times throughout that show. But yeah, shout out to Kids on the Slope. Be on the lookout for something with that in the future. Aoashi still was another good episode. Spy Family, good. Which there's only one more episode of that for this half of the season, and then we'll get part 2 of the season in the fall, October. Let me see. What else was it? Oh man, Summertime Rendering. Just when you think this show can't get any crazier or any creepier, any more freaked out, you have them having to deal with these freaking like half headless or half faced whatever shadow baby demon creature things. Like, man, this episode was so freaking wild because like we learned a whole lot of stuff this episode as far as like other functionalities and stuff that the shadows can do, as far as like they can copy multiple things, kind of like having multiple things that they've copied in like an inventory system. But we learned that like if it is like a mechanical device that moves or operates, it won't function until the original has been erased. But if it's just like a common item, like a book or a piece of paper, something like that, or whatever, or a key, they can copy that all day, no problem, just because it's like just like a single use thing, or whatever. So that turns to a whole bunch of just other stuff. Then finding like this like secret chamber and just so much freaking wild stuff. But yeah, I don't know. And we're just now like barely halfway through the season. So I'm like, man, like where's another like 12, 13, 14 episodes gonna go with this? Because this thing is already wild and out there. So I have a feeling that Shinpei is probably gonna die again, if not next episode, in the next couple of episodes. Just because we are in some wild territory. But yeah, that was really good. Other main show, I'm trying to think. I don't know. Just did I talk about? I'm not gonna touch on that just because I don't have the mental capacity right now. But I just want to say, just shout out to Young Justice. The final episode of the season came out a couple weeks ago. I don't know if I talked about that or not. If I didn't, really enjoyed it. Super dope. We need y'all to confirm season 5, y'all. Whoever, HBO, WB, whoever needs to greenlight this, greenlight it, make it happen. We need more now. But the other main show I want to touch on today, or a couple of them. One, I'll just give kind of just like a quick shout out to. I finished the last episode of Trapped in a Dating Sim. That ended up being a really fun, enjoyable show. I definitely would watch more. If when and if we do get another season. But that was just a fun show to watch in general. And I just enjoyed how much of a just like this other show I'm gonna talk about, but just like how how much of a loving butthole the MC is. But enough about that. Tomadachi Game. Now, things like that schedule-wise to where the final episode of the season came out today as I'm recording. Now, I can't remember if I touched on it or not, but so Tomadachi Game, I watched maybe like those first 2, maybe 3 episodes when they first came out or whatever, and I wasn't really feeling it after like that second or third episode or whatever, so I dropped it. And so it was one of those things where I was like, maybe I'll go back to it at some point. And so, of course, shout out to the homies, Tail and Polo over at Mike Check with also. Shout out to them for starting year 3, I think, of the podcast. But they've continued to watch it and review it and stuff, whatever. But every time they got to that and their spoiler section or whatever, I would, skip ahead or just stop the podcast there or whatever. So, right before I recorded, while I was out running errands and stuff, whatever, throughout today, I went back through and I listened to all of their thoughts of all the episodes since then. But basically, I went back and I picked up from episode 4 through 11 over the last couple of days. And then I watched the final episode of the season earlier today, whatever, and I really came around on it. It really started to pick up for me, and of course, spoilers for this. First of all, I'm gonna say, now I don't know when, but I definitely am probably gonna be hopping onto the manga after this, because back when this first came out or whatever, before I knew barely anything about it or whatever, and people were something like, yo, this show is pretty dope, or it's gonna be dope because people that read the manga, yada yada yada. So I remember at the time, whatever the current chapter was, just out of curiosity, I was like, because I think I watched that first episode, and then I like skimmed through that whatever chapter was out at the time, whatever, and it was some wild stuff going on. I was like, whoa, okay. But then those next couple episodes, I was like, I'm not feeling it. But I went back, and I think the thing that really did it for me was Yuichi. Yuichi. Because seeing how wild he is as an MC, and just like the crazed look he gets in his eye, and just learning all the wild stuff, as far as like, once again, like I said, spoilers, but learning that like, hey, in the past he murdered 3 freaking people, and then like the extent he is going in these games to get the leg up and to win and stuff, whatever. Now, because like I said, like in that second game or third, I think it was second game, whatever, when they were doing kind of like the telling the secrets on each other, whatever. Like, first of all, the what was his name? Yuji, whatever, like the weird haired looking dude, the guy that's kind of like was plotting everything, whatever. I enjoyed that part of the plot at first, just because it's like, okay, you got somebody trying to manipulate stuff, whatever, but then finding out that Yuichi had been trying to like slowly, over those episodes, like slowly eliminating, like, okay, this person isn't the threat, she's not the threat, he's not the threat, and just kind of like, I just love shows like this, to where it's like a character would go back and explain like how they got to the conclusion of where they did or whatever, and then it's like, yo, I did not pay attention, and why would I, that the character's name tags was disappearing over the episodes and stuff, and that, you know, during certain moments he was passing notes and so on and so forth. But just seeing like the way how you know, he figured that out, beat that game. Then when they get to the next game, whatever, where it's like the game of hide and seek, man, that was wild, because it was like okay, is old boy gonna die? Cause the other team K called, and it was like, yeah, Yuichi, he's chilling at the base camp, like he's been chilling here with the girl for the last couple of days, like he ain't even worried about you, bro. You know, and but the way he just plots and schemes, and that moment when where him and the girl was trying to run away from those 2 dudes, and he pushed her off the cliff, I was like, yo, this dude is sad, like no care is given, just like, oh, bye. And so him doing that, him antagonizing people, because he's like, okay, hey, I know if y'all physically attack me, that's going to be an automatic loss for y'all's team. To him like torturing the dude, and then even going to the point to where Yuichi breaks his own finger to force the captain dude to win, because that whole scenario is wild, because it's like the true mastermind behind Team K went and found hold on, went and found hold on, Tenji, that's the dude's name, Tenji. How he went and found Tenji's hiding spot and stuff. And so you thinking like, oh man, it's game over, he's won. And then the what's the guy's name, Manabu or whatever, how he was like, and Team C won, and everybody's like, what the hell? And they kind of find out that, you know, they went back and showed like when he was like punching the old dude and stuff, whatever, and then he freaking broke his own finger, so that the captain would think that, oh, he actually broke the dude's finger. That stuff was all of that part of the plot was wild. And then the freaking, how he freaking got revenge on the dude for the and the rock paper scissors, cause he got him so freaking good because he didn't lie. His bandaged up hand, he's like, hey, I could really only do, rock and paper with this hand or whatever. I can't really do scissors. And he wasn't lying, but never did he say that I am gonna play with the right hand. No, old dude put out paper. You put up scissors with his left hand, and it was like, I win. And the dude was like, what? and then the way they had the administrative staff from the game like coming in and like being like, hey, you've been up here impersonating us, whatever. Now you got to deal with the consequences. But yeah, it's just wild just seeing. It was wild seeing all this stuff come together. Now, granted, I wish they would have did like a cleaner end or whatever instead of like literally setting up another game. But it did it in a way to where it's like they did it in a way like, oh, there's another episode coming next week type of cliffhanger, and it's not. Versus like back when I watched Alice in Borderland, the live action for that, like, yes, they teased the next game and stuff whatever in that, but that was just like a clear kind of like, hey, okay, cut off, this is gonna be coming sooner or whatever. Not like, oh, we're actually on location about to start a new game or whatever. So but overall, like I said, I really came around on it. Like I said, like I'm glad that I went back and I tried those episodes. And like I said, I want to definitely go back and read the manga at some point. But yeah, so that was really dope. Tomadachi Game. Now, let me see. I think that was it as far as like big stuff I watched. Let me see. I think I'm only gonna cover. Yeah, just because I don't have, I do not have the energy to try to dive into any other manga stuff, whatever. And granted, a lot of other stuff I haven't, because of the chapters coming out at like 10 o'clock my time, and then I had to be at Fan Expo at noon or whatever. So I only read One Piece and My Hero, and I read Ruri Dragon. I think I read that later in the day. I ain't read nothing else. I'm like a few chapters behind. I'm a few chapters behind on Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm a couple chapters behind on Sakamoto Days. I'm a little bit behind on Kane Banashi. I'm like freaking 10 chapters behind on Undead Unluck right now. I still want to freaking just dive into Dandadan one day. I started reading it a little bit or whatever, but it's just one of those things like I need to be in the right mood to like binge read that or whatever. I think I'm maybe a chapter behind on Kaiju number 8. So yeah, I got a lot of reading and catching up to do. I will say shout out to I have been continuing to read Saturn Apartments, which y'all might remember. Whoops. Sorry. It was this series about the young guy who is a window washer, where humanity lives on this ring, this man-built ring that surrounds the earth that is, apartments or whatever. And so yeah, so I've still been reading that. I'm almost done with volume 3. So I kind of like read like a chapter or so. At least I try to read at least a chapter every night before I go to bed. If I have the capacity to do so. But yeah, so that's still been good. I'm looking forward to just taking my time with that one and just enjoying it. What I feel like it was something else I had went through. Maybe not. Anywho, I don't need to belabor the point anymore. Whatever, I need to go and just dive into this and get going. So, freaking One Piece. One Piece manga chapter 1053. Y'all. And this chapter was titled New Emperors. Oh man, this chapter was so freaking cool, which I definitely got to give a shout out. And we got to talk about this. So, of course, there's some stuff that Oda sets up and some stuff that it's like, okay, is this just a coincidence or whatever? So, I'm going to jump to the end, or I'm going to kind of just talk in general. So, we only got 3 bounty reviews, 3 new bounty reviews this chapter. It was for Luffy, Kid, and Law. And all 3 of them now have a bounty of 3 billion berries. And along with that news, they announced that the new 4 emperors, the new Yonko, or the current Yonko, I should say, will now be still Red Hair Shanks, Blackbeard, Monkey D. Luffy, and Buggy the Clown. Buggy. Man. And now I know a lot of people probably figure like, okay, at some point Buggy continued to feel like, because hey, he became a warlord. And so it's like, but okay, so this year is the 25th anniversary of One Piece. On the cover of volume 25 of the manga, you have Buggy, Shanks, Blackbeard, and Luffy with the goat in the middle looking like it's eating some paper or something, whatever. So you have these 4 on the cover of volume 25. In the year of the 25th anniversary of the series, we get a reveal that this is the current set of Yonko for the current emperors of the world. That is freaking wild. That's what happened, or that's the current state of things. That they're like, yep, Big Mama Kato got beaten, get him out of here. Let's get some new ones in there. But yeah, so that was really dope. Let me see. So we have a moment where Robin and Tanguyama are talking. We see that Robin has discovered his little like secret base or whatever underneath the castle where a poneglyph is. And so we get a couple of reveals. First of all, we get a reveal that Tanguyama is Kozuki Sukiyaki, Oden's dad, the former shogun of Wano. He is still alive, but he's been basically kind of like hiding in shame all these years, because he said that like by the time he escaped from the room, Oden had died and Wano had changed. And so, yeah. And so Robin confronts him and she was like, hey, I'm certain they're here because basically she's talking about how on the poneglyph in Alabasta, it was mentioned that the ancient weapon Pluton is in Wano. And Sukiyaki, he just simply says, yep, it's here. And then we cut away from that. So, and for those who might not remember, so the ancient weapon Pluton, that was the giant warship that was foretold. Because so the 3 ancient weapons is Pluton is a warship, Poseidon, which is Shirahoshi, princess of Fishman Island, and then Uranus. I don't know if we know what Uranus is, But that is very big. And it was very nice to see Rob in this chapter because, of course, a lot of people that's was like, okay, what's going on? What is Robin doing? But luckily, no, she's just doing what she does, sneaking around, gathering intel, learning more about the world. So that's going on. It's a lot of stuff going on in this chapter. Like I said, the new bounties, the new emperors, the poneglyph, the Sukiyaki being alive, Pluton, and we finally get to see Admiral Greenbull, Ryokyugu, who is also not his name is also Aramaki. He looks really cool. He looks really cool. I like the way he looks. But yeah. So we finally after all these freaking years get a full body face reveal of this character. Pretty much get confirmation that he does have some type of plant or nature type of devil fruit, and we see him single-handedly like take out Babanuki, King and Queen with seemingly little to no issue. Now granted, they both follow Zoro and Sanji and other people, whatever, so of course they're not 100%, but still, this dude's gonna be a problem. And so we pretty much end the chapter with him heading towards the celebration. And so it is wild that a lot of people thought that, okay, hey, you know, with Oda about to go on this break, that he's gonna wrap up Wano, and then when we come back, we're gonna be doing something new. Nope, Wano is still in full effect. We're not selling away from the island. If anything, we still have a good bit more to talk about. Like I said, like with Green Bull now making his move, and he's on his own location, about to make his move. We got Robin and the Poneglyph and all that stuff, whatever, and like, okay, and the ancient weapon Pluton, that's gotta be dealt with, or something's gotta be done about that, and stuff. So, and then yeah, of course the new emperors, Shanks, Luffy, Blackbeard, Buggy. Buggy the genius jester, Blackbeard Teach, Straw Hat Luffy, Red Haired Shanks. So yeah, so very dope chapter. It's gonna be a long break. 1 freaking month. So at the end of July, we'll be back. Or the manga will be back. Now, as far as myself, I think that might be it for me. Let me see. Yeah, Fan Expo, Tomadachi Game, all the anime announcements and stuff. Yeah, I think that might do it. So, I'm not going to drag this out because, like I said, it's getting late. Your boy is tired. But definitely had to share and talk with y'all about all this stuff. Like I said, I can't think if... I really can't think. For some reason, I feel like there's something else I'm missing. I guess I'll show this off real quick. It's like a little Sailor Moon art thing that my wife had got. Of course, you know, she's a really big Sailor Moon fan. Got a, you know, Sailor Moon staff tatted on her leg. But this art is done by Chelsea O Studio. But anywho, let's not drag this out. As always, thank y'all so much for listening and or watching. This has been another fun episode of Dad Needs to Talk. Like I said, I'm tired. Life stuff going on, but it's all good. Like I said, make sure y'all go support all those amazing creators that I showed y'all earlier. Let them know that your boy Rob from Dad Needs to Talk sent you their way. And yeah, like I said, hopefully in the future I'll be able to collaborate and get some of those awesome people on my podcast to just talk about how dope they are and the dope work that they're doing. So shout out to if anybody out there that I met at Fan Expo Dallas, shout out to you. Thank you for speaking with me in whatever capacity, whether I bought some art from you or you told me about your comic or your cosplay or whatever. Shout out to you. You were freaking awesome. But with that being said, y'all know y'all can find me everywhere at Dad Needs to Talk. Twitter, Instagram, dadneedstotalk.com, patreon.com/dadneedstotalk, all that jazz. Like I said, make sure y'all go check out the Fan Expo panel. It is up on the YouTube channel. Go check out the Trigon Remake news announcement from the other day. And yeah, there is so many great things on the horizon, y'all. Both from new anime, new manga, life opportunities. Cause like I said, like we'll see where things go from here with future conventions and stuff, whatever. But your boy about to get the ball rolling. So, but I just ask that y'all send your boys some positive vibes, cause got lots of stuff I'm working on in the background, lots of life stuff happening as well. So just send me all your positive energy, thoughts, prayers, however you do it. Good vibes. And with that, I'm out. As I always say, treat yourself to something nice. Read some manga, watch some anime, play some video games, and live your best life. And with that, your boy is out. I love y'all so freaking much. Thank y'all for everything.